Today's tutorial is all about creating this classy high waistband trouser. This design is elegant, comfortable, and suitable for both casual and formal occasions. Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. So here we are having two yards of fabric, which is 2 yards for the pant trouser and 2 yards for the top. Okay, so we are starting with the trouser pattern, so we'll move on to minusing 1.5 inches for the band of the trouser. Then we'll proceed to measure our waist to our hip, to our waist to our crotch region and waist to our thigh region. So the difference between the waist and the thigh is just 2 inches. And then we measured the knee length. Okay, so we'll start with the round measurement. So for the front pattern, we are using our hip divided by 4. That's what we are using for the waist. Okay, so that is what the initial measurement we are going to be imputing on both the waist area and the crotch area. Then we are going to be using 2 inches for the crotch region, okay, to extend for the crotch region. That is what we got here. So here we are going to be measure whatever we have on the crotch line. We'll measure the half of that and also do that on the waist area, which is on the waist side. Okay, and then connect a straight line to it. Then we'll go down to the thigh line and also to the knee length and the full length of the trouser. Okay, so and mind you, this pattern paper wasn't enough for the length of my client trouser, so I proceeded in making use of making use or extending the measurements on my fabric. Okay, so after getting the midpoint, so we'll now proceed, because I already measured the length at which my client wanted her pants, how wide she wants her pants to be. So I proceeded to measure 6 inches, which is 22 inches, which is that's 6 inches divided by 24 inches divided by 4, that is 6 inches. So we measure 6 inches on this part on the front pattern, and then proceeded to measure and also on the M line, which is on the down part, 6 inches. That way it will give us, for the front pattern, it will give us 12 inches. And for the back pattern, you're going to see how we're going to impute that and proceed to whatever we had. So we proceeded to write all the pattern, all the parameters that we did or we used there. Then we'll proceed to measure our dart measurement, and before then we'll measure from the straight line area to measure our waistline. So my client's waist is actually 26, so to get that part we actually made use of that point, and we measured 26 divided by 4. So whatever we had there was what we used. And this is the pant fly for any corporate trouser. That's what we did there. We just measured 1.5 inches, okay, for the flyer for the front. So here that line we measured for the midpoint of our crotch region, that we also measured on the waist. From there we measured our dart line, which is 4 inches, and then we proceeded to the cutting. So I would like to repeat myself. I'm so sorry for the cutter. I'm just recovering from malaria, so that's why. So proceeding to the back pattern, we are going to measure 2 inches from the initial point. So after measuring 2 inches, we'll now proceed to minus 1.5 inches for the band, just as I said earlier, for the front pattern, and measure our crotch and thigh measurement and also our knee measurement. Okay, so we are going to now, the measurement we are using is hip divided by 3. That is what we are using for the back pattern. So please don't don't forget that what we used for the front was actually your hip measurement divided by 4. That's what we used for the front. And then for the back, we are using your hip measurement divided by 3. So we actually extend our crotch measurement, which is 2 inches at the crotch line. That is what we have here. And then we also measured on the waistline, which is the hip divided by 3. So after then, we went down to the waist region. We came up by 1 inch, like we went in by 1 inch from that point, that straight line on this thing. We went in by 1 inch. Okay, so I didn't know that the camera wasn't capturing this moment, so I proceeded to going in by 1 inch from that waistline. That's why I'm placing the front pattern on the new pattern paper. So after we extend the 1 inch on this side, that using my marker here. So that is what we did there. Then we marked the midpoint of our crotch line. So the midpoint of my crotch line, I got it there. I also extended to the waist region. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So what I said earlier was placing the front pattern on the back pattern will actually do a lot well on when you're doing it. So on that point, we measured on that straight line, we measured on the waist. You're going to go in by 1 inch, then you now connect your crotch line to that 1 inch, and then whatever that 1 inch is, you take back that 1 inch to the side, which is the waist side, where the hip side is. That's where we are going to be. You're going to extend your 1 inch to. Okay, so the reason why I'm using 1 inch is because my client is actually a very slim person, so I wouldn't want to use much for her because she's very slim. She is even slimmer than size 6, so that is why I'm using 1 inch. So for those that are big, that are fat, or have a thicker body, you could decide to use 1.5 or 2 inches for that part. Okay, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Then you also extend the 2 inches back to the hip area where you measure the hip side. Okay, so this is just a pants trouser. Okay, so after doing this, so the mistake we made initially, we corrected it, and we actually, you can see where we are indicating a sign that it's actually a mistake. So the real point is where we are going to be extending, and for our bum we are going to be, that is why we left 2 inches before measuring the normal back pants pattern. Okay, so we're going to be extending the bum part, because so that it will be able to accommodate the bum at the back. That is why we went up by 1 inch, because this person is actually lesser than a size 6 person. Okay, so for you that is of size 8 or size 10, you can go in, or depending on how your butt is or how big your butt is, so you can go in by 1.5 or by 2 inches. Okay, I'm so sorry for the catarrh, because I'm just trying to hold myself, but I need to just deliver this tutorial to you guys, because it's been a week I posted and I wouldn't like to keep you guys waiting. That's why I'm doing this tutorial. I hope you found value, or have you found anything that you don't understand? Please let me know in the comment section. What is it that is so confusing to you that you would like me to re-explain to you? Okay, so after doing this, and mind you, this is just the cutting process of the pant trouser. So here we proceeded with the cutting And on the cutting, I said initially that you know that the pattern paper wasn't up to the length of my client, because our trouser length is 42. So the pattern paper wasn't the length of my client, so I decided to make use of I decided to extend the length by measuring it on the fabric itself, so that you will not have or do any mistake when you do yours. Please endeavor to take note of that, because a lot of person might feel like, oh, I've already measured it on my pattern, so why will I extend the measurement? Please, you have to make sure you take note of that when doing yours. Or if you have a pattern paper, in order for you not to make any mistake, you could decide to extend your pattern paper, which is extend you can join your pattern paper together in order for you to have an accurate measurement also. Okay, that's what I said. Yes, I said it. So in case you want to do that, endeavor, or if you're kind of person that forgets a lot of things at sometimes, and you might just go straight to the fabric and start cutting, please endeavor to join your pattern paper, so that it will be safer for you, and you will not have any reason to start feeling bad that you weren't able to cover up. Okay, so here, after cutting the front pattern, here is where I'm cutting out the back pattern, and the same thing was also done, just that the back was more shorter than the front, so I needed to complete the full length of the back length and make sure that it's accurate with what you have for the front. You actually minus whatever is left, whatever you the back is, and measure what the front is, and to know the difference between the back and the front, so that you can be able to do it on the fabric itself. Just as I said earlier, if you can't do that, or just navigate around it, please endeavor to join your pattern pieces together, so that you will not make a mistake. Okay, so because I wouldn't want you to be like, oh, you were not told, something like that. So after then, this is where I proceeded with the cutting or the sewing process. Okay, so, and mind you, this is just the cutting process, and I forgot that I'll be adding pocket to the front, so I forgot to do it at the initial time, so I proceeded to do that here. So I measured just 6 inches away, 6 inches length, then went in by 2 inches for the cuff. Okay, so this is actually a size 6 person, or less than a size 6 person, so you can relate. And I endeavor to add allowance for the sewing, which is what's it called, half an inch, or whatever inches you're good at. You could decide to use that inches, so that it can come out so well and pretty. Okay, so moving on, we are going to be cutting out the pocket. So the pocket size or length is actually 11 inches. So after measuring this 11 inches, then you will now use, this is unfold, like this is folded together, like just in one piece. Okay, so from this point, after cutting this part, you're going to be unfolding it and placing one side of it together to the front. The way the front is like that, you're going to be cutting out the shape of that pocket, just so that you'll be able to join it together. And after joining it will be easy for you to just navigate and make it so perfect. Okay, and this is the point where we are cutting out this and make sure that you're cutting this, like, is 2 piece you're cutting, because it's 2 pocket, one for the right side and one for the left side. So I hope you understand all the things I said. So the initial pattern I made for the front pattern was having a flyer, so I just cut out that, so that you can understand that you can also do your flyer together, or you can cut out your flyer separately, because but me, I love cutting my flyer separately so that it will look so sweet and perfect. Okay, so I decided to cut out my flyer separately so that it can sit well and it will look so perfect on the person. Not that if you cut that together it won't look perfect or amazing, it will definitely, but I love cutting it separately so that it will actually come out so beautiful and amazing. So that's what I love. So do what works for you. So I'll be cutting one on fold and one just on a piece, so that because the other one on fold, you'll be facing the side you're putting your zipper first, then the other one on one piece you'll be adding your interface to that side, out the outer part. So this is how it looks, because he couldn't size my mannequin, so I decided to show you guys on how it is. See you guys on my next video. Bye.